requires to rest. He requires help. So what is the use of believing in such a God? For example, if someone says, I do not believe in Islam, which is a religion of terrorism. I do not believe in Islam, which does not give rights to the woman. I do not believe in Islam, which does not give human rights. I do not believe in a religion, Islam, which is unscientific. So I will tell that person, I too do not believe in a religion which believes in terrorism. I too do not believe in a religion which does not give rights to the woman, which does not give human rights, which does not believe with reason, logic, and science. So because this person who does not believe in Islam, which is a religion of terrorism, does not give rights to his woman, does not give human rights, does not believe in reason and logic, is unscientific, what he has a picture of Islam is a wrong picture. So I too do not believe in such Islam. I believe in a religion called Islam, which does not believe in terrorism. Because Quran says in Surah Ma'idah, chapter number 5, verse number 32, that if anyone kills any other human being, unless it be for murder or for spreading corruption in the land, it is as though he has killed the whole of humanity. So according to the Quran, which is the cornerstone of Islam, killing any innocent human being is like killing the whole of nation. So how can this religion speak about terrorism, about killing innocent people? I know that Islam gives rights to the woman. I know that Islam has human rights. I know this religion of Islam is based on reason, logic, and science. So I too reject a religion which believes in terrorism, which does not give women rights, which does not give human beings their rights, which is not based on reason, logic, and science. But I have to explain to that person the true concept of Islam. It's my duty as a Muslim to clarify the correct concept of Islam. Today, the reason the media is maligning Islam, most of the non-Muslims, they have a misconception about Islam because they get the wrong information from the media. The media is spreading wrong things about Islam. That Islam is a religion of terrorism, Islam does not give due rights to the woman, it does not give human rights, it's a religion not based on reason and logic, it's an unscientific religion. So I say, even I reject such a religion called Islam. But I believe in a true religion of Islam, which does not believe in killing any innocent human being, which gives women the due rights, which is based on reason and logic, which is based on scientific aspects. So similarly, when an atheist says there is no God, he is rejecting the concept of God which is looking around himself. Almighty God, he requires to eat, he requires to drink, he requires to rest, he requires to sleep, he can be defeated, he can be harassed. So when he's looking around himself, that if such a person is God, I don't believe in such a God. So I tell, even I don't believe in such a God, La ilaha. But the true God, Allah. Illallah. So I have to convince to this atheist the true concept of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And as my son Farik, he discussed in great detail the true concept of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'll just repeat a few minutes of his talk. That the best definition that anyone can give about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or Almighty God is quote Surah Ikhlas, chapter number 112, verse number 1 to 4, which says, Qul huwallahu ahad. Say He is Allah one and only. Allahu samad. Allah, the absolute and eternal. Lam yalid walam yulad. He begets not, nor is begotten. Walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. There is nothing like Him. This is a four-line definition of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of Almighty God. If any person says that so-and-so candidate is God, if that candidate fits in this four-line definition, we Muslims have got no objection in accepting that candidate as God. The first is, Qul huwallahu ahad. Say He's Allah one and only. The first is, Qul huwallahu ahad. Say He's Allah one and only. Number two, Allahu samad. Allah, the absolute and eternal. Number three, Lam yalid walam yulad. He begets not nor is begotten. Walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. There's nothing like him. This is a four-line definition of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of Almighty God. If any person says so and so candidate is God, if that candidate fits in this four-line definition, we Muslims have got no objection in accepting that candidate as God. This Surah class is the touchstone of theology. Theo means God, logy means study, theology means the study of God. Surah class, if any candidate fits in this four-line definition, we Muslims have got no objection in accepting that person as Almighty God. For example, there are some human beings who consider Bhagwan Rajneesh to be God. Once during question and answer time, there was a Hindu brother of ours who said that we Hindus do not believe Bhagwan Rajneesh to be God. I never said that the Hindus believe Bhagwan Rajneesh is God. I've read the Hindu scriptures. Nowhere do the Hindu scriptures ever say that Bhagwan Rajneesh is God. What I said, some human beings believe that Bhagwan Rajneesh is God. Let's put this Bhagwan Rajneesh to the test of Surah class. The first is, Qul huwallahu ahad. Say he's Allah one and only. Is Bhagwan Rajneesh one and only? Is he the only man who has claimed divinity? There are thousands of men who have claimed divinity, and if you go to India, where I come from, there are thousands and hundreds of men who have claimed to be God. Bhagwan Rajneesh is not the only one. But Rajneesh Bhakti will say, no, no, he is unique. He's the only one. So let's go to the next test. Allahu Samad. Allah, the absolute eternal. Was Rajneesh absolute eternal? When we read his autobiography, he says that he was suffering from asthma, from diabetes mellitus, from chronic backache. Imagine Almighty God suffering from asthma, chronic backache, from diabetes mellitus. The third test, Lam yalid wa lam yulad. He begets not, nor is he begotten. And we know Bhagwan Rajneesh, he was born in Madhya Pradesh, and he had a mother and father. In 1981, he goes to America and he takes thousands of Americans for a ride. And in the state of Oregon, he starts his own village called Rajneeshpuram. Later on, the American government arrests him and they put him behind bars. And he says, Rajneesh alleges that the American government, they gave me slow poisoning. Imagine Almighty God being slow poisoned. In 1985, the American government kicked him out of USA and he comes back to India and goes to the city of Pune in Maharashtra, where he had a center before, and he starts his center again, which is today called as Osho, Commune. And if you go to Pune, it's mentioned on his samadhi, Bhagwan Rajneesh, Osho, never born, never died, but visited the earth from the 11th of December 1931 to the 19th of January 1990. Never born, never died, but visited the earth from the 11th of December 1931 to the 19th of January 1990. They forgot to mention in his samadhi that he was not given visas to 21 different countries of the world. Imagine Almighty God visiting the earth, different countries, and he requires visas. And the Archbishop of Greece said, if you don't remove Rajneesh out of this country, we'll burn his house and the house of a disciple. And the last test, Walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad, is so stringent that no one besides the true Almighty God can pass. The moment you can compare God to anything in this world, he is not God. Walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. There's nothing like him. You know, Rajneesh, like the common human beings, he had 2 eyes, 1 nose, 2 hands, long beard. The moment you can compare God to anything in this world, he is not God. Walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. For example, if someone says that Almighty God is 1,000 times stronger than Arnold Schwarzenegger. You have heard the name Arnold Schwarzenegger, the person who got the title Mr. Universe, the strongest man in the universe, the strongest man in the world. The moment you can compare God to anything in this world, whether it be 1,000 times or whether it be 1,000,000 times, whether it be Arnold Schwarzenegger, whether it be Dara Singh or whether it be King Kong. The moment you can compare God to anything in this world, he is not God. Walam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. There is nothing like him. This is a 4-line definition.